we got stimulus checks. The world is ending. They're still trying right now as we speak, trying to push $50 billion to Ukraine. And Trump ain't too happy about it. And oh, hey, remember like 1 day ago? I mean, there's so much information with all the Social Security fraud. Well, we found two, because there's two people that were 249 years old. We've located them. Still receiving payments and still trading. Also, when you guys get your $100,000 stimmy check or whatever it is, what are you gonna do this time? Repeat after me. I am gonna buy one contract. You're not gonna invest it. I mean, look at one contract from my watch list, $330. Let's just say they give you $330. I turned it into $2,630. Imagine if you were to buy two of them, you'd have over $5,000. And the reason why I don't want you to invest it is because you could be like, well, I want this technology company, Nikola. They make hydrogen vehicles. They're on the cutting edge and their stock is really high. And they have a $30 billion market cap. Now it's zero. Time in the market ain't better than timing the market. It's like in college, you get in, you get out. Also, you got 1 hour and 16 minutes to grab my futures course. It's not options course where I cue the fire. Teach you how to make your digits go up for $199. Then it goes to $299, then $1,000. Oh boy, talking about how things change so quickly. I have some information on that DEI flight. Why don't we rewind the tape to just a few days ago and let's see how this is all going.
Elon Musk is seizing the power that belongs to the American people. We are here to fight back.
Whatever Doge is doing, it's not democracy.
This unelected billionaire, and what the heck is he doing?
And who's gonna stop him? We are. We're gonna stop him.
You have this guy who's worth $1 trillion, this Elon, and he's cutting things from people who need it. It's pathetic, and people should not put up with it.
Because Elon Musk, individuals at the Treasury, and the President of these United States is not above the law.
They got all your stuff. Elon Musk has his tentacles in everything you're doing, not just off of X, but now he's in the Treasury Department. He's in the Labor Department. He's in the Department of Homeland Security. And nobody seems to give a So that's all I want, somebody to show that they care enough to get off their fat and say something about it.
So let me tell you something, Mr. Trump. You gonna learn a few lessons from us. And I'm gonna be the first one. You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out, all right?
And the people are mad as Hades, and we are finding out, and they are cutting. Doge team cutting off 150-year-olds from Social Security. Look at the faces. This, guys, is just downright sad. I mean, this really, I can't zoom in on this AI. They look confused. Actually, that kind of looks like an old Jamie Dimon. And as the article says, because apparently surviving the Civil War and every version of Windows Update just wasn't enough hardship. But what they are doing is stopping the funding going one way and maybe, putting it in your pocket, or maybe we can stop paying taxes. If you want to know my vote on all of this, don't send anything. I don't want anything. We don't need inflation. Just how about if we don't have to pay tax? Because every dollar I make, I only get to keep half of it. Actually, probably a lot less than half of it. And you know what? Maybe Kennedy predicted this when they created the $50. Actually, the government has a funny way after they execute a law, right? Not a president. They'd never do that. Because a president is like, oh, they figure out how the money system works. And then they write a law or a bill to change it. And then they stop breathing. Oh, and I got another one for you. Also, click subscribe if you didn't know this stuff. Because if you click subscribe, you'll learn new stuff and you'll be able to pass it on to your kids and your grandkids, which I'm actually getting another one. So I, Johnny Bravo, shall be getting on another flight. This would be number 4. But Andrew Jackson, quote, I killed the bank. This is supposedly his last words. And I've already thought of my last words. All the kids gathered around, the family, the grandkids, the place is stuffed, and they're like, oh, what's Dad saying? I'm going to be like, pull my finger. And then cue the fire. I'm going to stank up the whole room. But the joke is on him. Look, they put him on a sheet of paper. The bank. puts him on a sheet of paper and is like, nanny, nanny, nanny. I know what you're thinking, Bravo, why are you so immature? Nanny, nanny, nanny. Here is the head of the Postal Service. This is your government agencies. He's putting his hands over his ears because he doesn't want to hear it. But you do. Let's listen in. Breaking news. And I heard he just quit.
They don't use your service anymore. You bankrupt.
That is not true.
You bankrupt this through your reputation only. Through your reputation, you are responsible for the fall of the Postal Service and the lack of accountability.
Congress is responsible for the fall of the Postal Service.
So it's Congress.
I am trying to fix
on your
Postal Service.
With all the AI.
Before my watch, the same stuff happened.
With all the AI, with all the computer systems, you're worse than if I took a horse and picked up the mail and delivered it 2 miles down the road. That's you. I hope you got that on camera. This is the response that the postmaster just gave Congress when he doesn't like what he hears. Literally covered his ears and gave himself the grade of A. And with that, sir, I rest.
Well, the Postal Service might be resting or sleeping. Gosh, walking in you guys are horrible. I'm just saying. I'm just being real here. This is literally what I'm trying to do. No, I don't want to hear. And it's like whenever you give something to the government, they're going to just screw it up. Don't. Never give anything to the government, which we'll get to taxes in a moment. But no one is sleeping. Look at this. J.D. Vance doubles down on Trump's blistering attack on Zelensky, while right now they're passing bills to shovel $50 billion. I think it's like their last ditch to somehow where it circles right back around and ends in their pocket. And Zelensky's like, I'm not having it. You're not going to tell me what to do. Trump's like, we need to have like a little election over there because I heard your approval rating is lower than Biden's, which we'll have to listen in. But man, Trump's approval rating, I mean, can't imagine when these checks start getting cut. They start seeing the debt go down and the deficit and all these good things to get out there and go, I'm going to vote against this. Because that man right there is a narcissist. Yes. One of my good friends, full-blown narcissist. He even admits it. I'm like, dude, you got to go get tested. He was off the charts. Boy, he makes for an excellent leader. I mean, he was making multi-millions of dollars in his 20s. He wouldn't give me a dime because he's a dang narcissist. I'm okay with a narcissist running a country. Or, you know what? This is a new one for me. How about autism? I was the CEO of a software company, and I know, right? What haven't you done? But my partner, somewhere in the spectrum, I don't know, autism, maybe, something like that, Asperger's. He'd probably lock me out of all my accounts right now. He's a genius if he found out me talking like this. But he could write code. He could see things that no one can see. That's why I like Elon putting 14-year-olds in charge of our system. And it's never the people you think, even in biblical times. I mean, look at the 12 that Jesus picked. It's like, I'm going to go with the tax collector. Yeah, everyone hates tax collectors. And then I'll pick 12 that will all betray me. Yep, they'll all just deny me. Because he was smart. He knew ahead of time. Oh, and I got one. I'll pick one that'll actually betray me with a kiss. That's perfect. Oh, and he'll be our accountant. Also, if you ever thought God would never pick me because I'm fill in the blank, well, all those reasons you just put in the blank is why he picked you. Now let's listen into who we just picked.
Ukraine to hold new elections in order to sign any kind of a peace deal. Is that something that the U.S. would ever support?
Well, we have a situation where we haven't had elections in Ukraine, where we have martial law, essentially martial law in Ukraine, where the leader in Ukraine, I mean, I hate to say it, but he's down at 4% approval rating, and where a country has been blown to smithereens. You got most of the cities are laying on their sides. The buildings are collapsed. It looks like a massive demolition site. So many of the cities. I mean, they haven't done it in Kiev because I guess they don't want to shoot too many rockets in there. They've done it 20%, but they haven't done it 100%. If they wanted to do it 100%, it would probably happen very quickly. But you have cities that are absolutely decimated. And yeah, I would say that, when they want a seat at the table, you could say the people wouldn't the people of Ukraine have to say, it's been a long time since we've had an election. That's not a Russia thing. That's something coming from me and coming from many other countries also.
While all of that's going on, they're trying to push $50 billion to Ukraine. What you're saying, there is no way. Show us the article. I could, but I'd have to show more. John, Lindsay, Graham pushing bill through, $48 billion to Ukraine. Okay, I was off by what's a couple billion here and there. Also, this coming in from Patriot Lady, and I must click on you. I'm so glad I did. Actually, that kind of looks like Trump's kid. Let me do a little there we go. And I know what you're saying. I'm going to tell your wife. No, I was just checking out the necklace. See the necklace? So I went into my wife's closet. I'm like, I found the necklace. Patriot girl, if you're missing your necklace, call my wife. Anyways, wouldn't you rather have that 50 billion? Right? Just send it to us. It's fine. We don't need to send it to Zelensky or Tim Walz. Look at this. Just in. This is like over and over. Minnesota. Legislators, did I say it, my Minnesota friends? Minnesota, illegal aliens qualify for Tim Walz's paid family leave. Of course they do. And I could show you the video, which I'm showing you right now. February, are we already, gosh, we're almost in March? Say it ain't so. Aren't you guys so glad? Can you imagine if Walz would have been in right now? I would have, I don't know what, well, I wouldn't go to a state. Probably go over to Isle of Man with my friend Neil. So at least I can avoid this stuff. I mean, would you not agree with me that it was getting so bad? I mean, 4 years, I'm like, I can't go another day. Now, some people are like, oh, stop your whining. It's just the taxes, the money. And all of Trump's stuff would have been poof, gone. It would have been a bad day over in the Bravo house. Musk, interest in Doge dividend. Is that what we're calling it? Checks face widespread skepticism. Sure, I'm sure it does. But coming in from all over the place, I think this is a San Francisco. Here, I'll let you listen for a second.
Musk has floated the idea of a Doge dividend, a proposed $5,000 check for American taxpayers, paid for by the money Doge expects to save through its slashing of government waste and fraud. The proposed check would potentially be sent out to Americans in the summer of 2026 after Doge completes its review. And while Musk says he's sharing the idea with the president, he also says balancing the budget remains the team's priority.
But now I see that and my ADHD goes crazy. And also, just to let you know how my brain works, I couldn't hear what she was saying. I'm like, do you really need the shoulder pads? But she actually uses it a lot in photos. And I know, come on, Bravo, you're wearing your wife's jacket. All we need to see now, Bravo, is just go ahead, put her necklace on. Actually, I'm kind of curious to hear from y'all. What do you think about the whole sending you guys checks? Should it be taken out of, just kill the deficit? Or you want your stimmy, or plan B, what's the third one? Oh, take it off your taxes or send it to Zelensky. Let's do it this way. Type 1, no, I'm kidding. Whenever I hear that, and Ninja does that, type 1 diabetes. That's all I hear in my head. Type 2 diabetes. See, on this show, you don't have to type anything. You could be as lazy as you want to be lazy. Just do me a favor. Don't fly planes. Look at this. Delta CEO says crew on tornado plane that I'm kidding. That crash landed flipped was experienced. You know when they say that, it's usually the complete opposite. Well, then I do a little digging. The Delta plane that crashed in Tornado, because that's why it flipped upside down, was operated by Endeavor or End Your Life or Endor. It all doesn't end well. It was a regional airline that, according to their TikTok, because that's what we want our girls doing, was fixated on promoting all female unmanned flights. No males. No, just us ladies here, which is fine. I'm down with that. Yeah. Wearing that mask, unmanned flight crew. Just us ladies. You go, ladies. Those masks, they look great. There you go. Okay, so how do we flip this thing? Yeah, they're just taking notes. You little rotate. Here we go. And then doing more further research. I got this. Kendall is official. I guess she just, welcome. It looks like she was pretty new. But hey, that article was from Instagram, and the only thing good coming from Instagram, I have no idea, except like their incognito mode. Also, if you're thinking, I'm going to run out there and short that airline, that would be Delta, which rhymes with Felta. But if you're thinking about shorting it, you can. You're under the 200. You have a Head and Shoulder. It's not, hasn't even. We're halfway there, living on a prayer. You are up at 69. Why is it 69? And then if it breaks 59, you make a lot of money. How much you ask? I don't know. 797%. Financial advice, just paper trading. Although for those of you that took out that one contract, you're welcome. Also, watch list down below. Also, you got 24 minutes left, 59 seconds. Grab the course. Make your digits go up. make your life more gooder. Subscribe. Enjoy the week, even though I have no idea what day it is, but it's going to get a little crazy because I got to get on a plane and go to Crazy Town, Los Angeles. With that, prayers be up to me because my plane will probably do a 360 on the runway. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.